Yes, good morning, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and all the viewers of the Izecson YouTube Sports channel as well as the TikTok channel. Today we'll be talking about some of the biggest headlines that happened yesterday in the Premier League. Teams like Arsenal, who are fighting, that is for the Premier League, played their game where results did not go on positively. The haters, that is Manchester United, also played yesterday and they won a game. However, with me right now here in the studio, I've hosted that is the biggest Arsenal fan, that is called Edward, big man himself, aka Sids, who is with me, and the biggest Arsenal supporter, to say something. Before we continue any further, Sids, say hi to the Izecson fans channel.
Thank you so much for hosting me, Izecson Hamidu, and all the viewers. I greet you in the name of our Almighty God, and I'm thankful for all of you and for the subscription you've given my man, and I've known him for quite some time. He's one of the people that I trust as far as sports is fraternity is concerned. Thank you for promoting each and every team and the local content as well as local sports. I'm happy to be here, and I'm glad that I'm talking to the encyclopedia.
Fans, that is the big man himself, that is Sids, aka Mr. Edward, the king of Arsenal, the man who has supported Arsenal for a lengthy period. Sid, yesterday we had some big game. That was Arsenal playing up against Nottingham Forest. Remember, currently Arsenal is in second position, Nottingham Forest is in third position. You had to win yesterday's game to reduce up the gap so that you can aim, that is for the Premier League. However, things did not go on positively. You as an Arsenal fan, what are the misses that happened in that game, either by the coach or by the player himself? Say it out to our fans and fans of Arsenal.
All right, thank you so much. Yesterday I watched that game 90 minutes and so on, including the extra time that was added. However, according to what I saw and the analysis, Arsenal lacked a lot of creativity at the last third, especially when it came to issues of putting a ball in the net. Arsenal, we saw it, it was lacking a lot of Kai Havertz, was lacking the saw of Martinelli, the saw of Bukayo Saka, because these guys from the back in the midfield, they could bring the ball up to the box of Nottingham Forest, but we had no opportunity to put the ball behind the net, and that was one of the things that we lacked. But we had quite a number of opportunities that were created, a lot of chances were created, but the Arsenal is lacking that last man who is going to put the ball behind the net. When Arteta was asked about the same, he said that we shouldn't lose out on hope as far as the title race is concerned, but it looks like this is just motivating us or not giving up on us. But according to my point of view, looks like this is the third time in a row we are losing out on the trophy if things go the way they are moving now.
Mr. Edward, yesterday I was watching this game somewhere with a huge congregation of Manchester United fans as well as Arsenal fans. You know what happens when the game is being played at the same time, Manchester United and Arsenal, because when within 2 minutes Ipswich had scored a goal up against Manchester United, and the Arsenal fans were obligating over that, but later on things turned the other way around, and Manchester United fans, you know, they don't wish you this title. They say at least the season rather ends when you were in such in custody. If at all you put yourself under Mikel Arteta's shoes as a coach of Arsenal, for these past 3 years, in my analysis, I think Arsenal has been the best club, only that luck hasn't been on their side, missing out the title, that is twice. We thought that after the fading off of Pep Guardiola, this could be, that is a rejuvenation for Arsenal Football Club to perform better, and they started on a high note. So putting yourself under Mikel Arteta, remember he asked for players, strikers, but the management somehow failed to give him that alternative. Now has gone into a gamble of bringing, that is Mikel Merino, as a striker. On the first time he scored a brace up against Leicester, but this time I think things are not moving on positively. You who has a stronghold or a heartfelt of Arsenal support, at least just give some little lamentation over that.
Thank you so much. I remember when we brought Mikel Arteta to Arsenal some 5 or more than 5 years back, one of our insights and one of our jubilations were like, considering the fact that he has been working with Pep Guardiola, and we all know how Pep Guardiola works.
Performs.
If there is any player that he wants, like it or not, he will have him on his team. So most of us thought that that's the mentality that is bringing at Arsenal. But considering the fact how the Arsenal philosophy is of buying players that are slightly cheaper and all that, you know how we were tasked to buy new players, and the manager did not always give us any feedback on whether we are going to purchase any new player as far the forward is concerned. But looks like it is coming back to us, because he didn't think that Kai Havertz will get any injury or all that. So that's one of the things that is impacting us. But if you're given responsibility to be a manager, you have a right to put in your word. So I will still blame the manager. Yes, I understand the management did not give in money and all that, but you as a manager, you're given responsibility to see what is coming ahead. So you would have brought it on board and tell them, so what if we didn't or we lose out on any player like Kai Havertz, what would happen? So if he had brought this on the table, maybe he would have been given money to get maybe Ole Watkins as per the news, or Isaka, the guy from Newcastle, who's scoring goals like there is no tomorrow. So at a certain extent, I'll still blame Mikel Arteta for the poor performance that we are having currently.
Sid, previously, the previous 2 seasons, still Arsenal has been solid. That is in the defense, everything was very good. It is only that the striking was lacking. I would like to pose a question over there. Was the buying of Ricardo Calafiori necessary for Arsenal after them having a good defense? How about if Mikel Arteta as a coach maybe had summed up that money, getting a resolution at least for a striker? Me on my side, I would say that I think the buying of Ricardo Calafiori wasn't necessary for Arsenal, because currently I think Arsenal has the best defense that is in the entire world. It would be just an addition, either to go for some cheap goal scorers. You know about Crystal Palace's Jean-Philippe Mateta is a good player at even a relatively cheaper price. The likes of Julian Alvarez, who left Manchester City to Atletico Madrid, is doing better. I would put a note over Mikel Arteta's performances over there at Arsenal as a criticism. Do you think anything like that is true or not?
Yes, to a certain extent I will accept your narrative, but however, you knew how we are struggling with number 3, because remember, to a certain extent we used to have guys that are right footed to play in the left wing. So the buying of Calafiori was of advantage. However, maybe it was shadowed by the upbringing of our youngster, that is Lewis Kelly. So most of the people are not seeing that he wasn't around by the time we bought Calafiori and all that, or he had not established himself in the first 11. Therefore, bringing in Calafiori was of advantage, considering the fact that we had Tierney, and we know how Tierney's illness is always on and off. So we shall blame him to a certain extent, but that number we needed a player who was going to be consistent in that same position. However, right now we have Skelly, who is playing in that position. That
he's playing better and improving.
Exactly. So he's trying to bridge a gap when Calafiori is on the bench and all that, or making us lack Calafiori. But the impact of Calafiori, we saw it last time. He wasn't that good in the defense, but when it came to forward, he was so
and
good.
Even yesterday I watched the game of Arsenal. Before him getting that yellow card, you saw that was one of the most instrumental performers. He hit the post, was linking up play between the midfield and even the attack. But besides that, Mr. Edward, I would like still to pose a question. As making a sport analysis of Mikel Arteta, ever since that is his inception at Arsenal Football Club, that was towards the end of 2019, up to date, that is almost like 5 years plus. What percentage would you rate it?
If I'm to rate Mikel Arteta, considering the fact that I guess ever since he came we have only one, that is one FA Cup, and if I'm not mistaken, one Community Shield. Do you have any? Oh, no, I don't.
You have won 2 Community Shields. 2
Community
Shields. Still beating the same rivals, Manchester City,
and one FA Cup
against Chelsea.
And against Chelsea. And considering how he has been performing, because ever since he returned, we have been playing in the Champions League. Apart from the season he returned,
and before him coming, you had spent 5 seasons without appearing in Champions League. That is also a plus. Despite the lack of of trophies,
Yeah.
but at least that's also a plus.
Yeah, despite lack of trophies and considering how the man left us, that is Arsene Wenger, he had won quite a number of FA Cups and all that. So that was one of our cups, and considering of late, we are always knocked out.
You are the leaders, that is in the FA Cup, and your rivals Manchester United are saying that should they win this one, they will be leveling you up.
Yeah, they will be. I guess they are at 17 FA Cups and we are at 18.
No, you have 13, and they have 12.
12.
Yes.
Okay. Considering all those facts and all that, I guess I will give Mikel Arteta a 60% in performance. And if you ask him, and if you ask me if I can renew his contract, for example, it is ending this year, I would renew it. And I have hopes that if not this season, next season, Mikel Arteta has seen what is happening, and I believe we have to bring in new lads, and we shall be in position to do something that is more than what we've done this time around, because he has seen the effects of not having goal scorers and forwards, and assuming that you're working with robots that do not fall sick or do not get injuries. So I believe I can add him in another 1 year.
Okay. Sid, your last message to fellow supporters of Arsenal as we wind up this game.
My last message to Arsenal supporters is let's not give hope, let's not lose hope, sorry. And you guys know how we've been supporting Arsenal. I guess the last time we won a trophy, that is the league trophy.
That was 2004.
2004 with the Incredibles,
yes.
if I'm not mistaken. And let's not give up. Sometime to come, that one will happen again. If I'm not mistaken, as far as home is concerned, we've only lost one game.
Yes.
That is to Bournemouth. Was it Bournemouth?
You lost one game to Newcastle.
Yes. At home as for the league. But I believe, considering that performance that we are having, we shall finish in the Champions League position. And considering how struggling other teams are, this would have been our trophy. But the best team may win. But we still have some hopes. If not that, congratulations to Liverpool. But Arsenal fans, don't lose hope. We are soon winning this.
To my fans, followers, that is on the Izecson Amid YouTube channel as well as the TikTok channel, Izecson Amid Sports TV. I think that is the big man himself, that is Mr. Edward aka Sids, lamenting some of the key criteria where Arsenal has fallen short and what should be done, that is if Arsenal is to improve next season. He's not the only one, as the channel has started going viral. We'll bring in here Mrs. Yvonne Koliza next time to give a lamentation. As always, I'm Izecson.
Bye.